Welcome to PX Multifamily, Multifamily's only audio-video people experience podcast, brought to you by the Multifamily Media Network. I'm your host, Mary Gwyn, and I'm on a mission to improve the multifamily people experience by improving what people experience. Tune in for content focused on how to positively impact people. That's our team members, our residents, supplier partners, and our clients. Everything is about the people experience. Do you know that 61% of people say moving is the most stressful experience on their list of stressors? It's higher even than divorce. And 40% say it's more stressful than a week-long holiday with your in-laws. Can you relate to that? We're talking about the people experience today and what people experience and could associate with the multifamily industry, saying that our business is stressed because moves are associated with our business. Well, I am honored. I have a special guest today who will inspire you to make the leasing experience less stressful. Before he shares his story, and it's an incredible story, I want to thank today's podcast sponsor, Appwork. You may have heard me speak about how important maintenance is to our multifamily brand. Well, imagine carrying a digital make-ready board in your pocket, or to have the ability all the time to track work orders wherever you are, and even better, have data about your maintenance program readily available to make more strategic decisions about your property's operations on what we have a high spend on. Do you want to learn more? Well, then go to appworkco.com. That's appworkco.com. And Appwork, thank you so much for sponsoring today with my special guest. Wow, I am so thankful for my guest, Ronald Harrington, who's host of Rooms with Ronald. He's an extremely extraordinary multifamily leader, and he makes such an impact on the people experience. He shared an incredible story with me a few minutes at NAA Advocate, and on this very topic of making the leasing experience less stressful and more wow. He creates wow moments for his prospects. So I want you to listen up as he shares one of his great ideas. Hey all, fans of PX Multifamily, I am so excited to be with Ronald Harrington, Rooms with Ronald right now. We had a serendipitous meetup at NAA's Advocacy Conference, and I have some questions for him. And the first one, please tell me a little bit about you and how you impact the people experience.
Hi, my name is Ronald. I am a training manager for Haven Residential based out of Louisville, Kentucky. I live in Indiana, and so as a training manager, my job is to go work with employees. I do a lot of leasing training with them, i.e. Rooms with Ronald, that motivates them and gets them excited to go back to their properties and lease apartments.
Wow, Ronald. And I'm so sorry, everyone, for the background noise, but we are in a hopping place. I wanted to circle back with you, Ronald. I was so wowed by a podcast you did recently, and you were talking about the prospect experience and really special things you did to create a wow experience. And, that's part of the people experience, both for the giver and the receiver. And so I just wanted to hear a little bit more about what you did and how you did it and how you felt about it yourself, but also how you think you made your customers feel.
Yeah, so part of leasing is making everyone feel special, right? And the only way you get to make someone feel special if you know exactly who they are and what their likes are. So I used to just send out a couple questions in my follow-up email. It's just like, can you tell me your favorite candy bar? Can you tell me your favorite drink? What about your favorite movie? Because now with streaming services, those movies are mostly on there. So you can just pop it up onto the TV when they're walking into the model that they like, oh, you took that information, you actually used it. Part of my experience has been like they get all this information from you, but then they don't do anything with it. So it's like, why are you using it? And so now that prospect feels catered to, they feel special, and they know that you're going to take care of them when they move into your community.
That is such a wow. How did it make you feel?
I love seeing people reaction. So like when I see, that they walked in, they had this wow moment, like I can't believe you did something for me. That is why I love leasing so much because I can create that one moment in their life, that's going to stick with them. Every time now they go to another community after they move out or they do something else, they're going to be like, well, my first place or this person did this for me. So I kind of set the expectation for the rest of their resident like life cycle.
Wow, Ronald. One of the things I love about you is you're trying to help a new generation of leasing professionals and professionals in the multifamily industry. And so I would ask one last follow-up question is, how do you perpetuate this? How are you helping our next generation keep that kind of idea going as we wrestle with more automation and more AI and less people if we're not careful? So how do you do it?
Yeah, so I actually look for ideals outside of the industry. And so because that's what people are seeing, right? Like I'm like, ooh, what is the latest and greatest trend at Cracker Barrel? They talked about care right after the pandemic. So I incorporate that. I stayed at a hotel. What is that experience like? So like I'm pulling all these in that people are seeing every day. And so when I'm teaching and like motivating the next generation, like people are already expecting this because this is what they're doing already. They are already seeing this time and time again. So we're just jumping on the bandwagon. But it's new and inventive for our industry because we're always so far behind in the times.
That is just wow. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sharing these thoughts. And I look forward to seeing you again serendipitously really soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Wow, Ronald, thank you for sharing your story. Was that not a wow moment? And didn't that inspire you? Did it make you think of ways you can make that leasing experience less stressful and more wow? Sometimes you and what you do for somebody, creating that wow moment, it's the best part of their day. And don't you want to be the best part of their day? I know you definitely don't want to be the most stressful. So remember, wow doesn't have to be all that fancy. Wow can just be making things easier. It can be making things less stressful. It can be being kinder, more attentive, better listening. What would it look like to you, that wow? How can we make looking for an apartment, selecting that apartment, accommodating the prospect? How can we make it easier? Well, I have a few simple tips that you're going to go, well, those are duh, but if they were duh, we'd be doing them more. Number one is answer the phone. 30 to 50% of phone calls aren't answered. Answer their e-leads. 50% of e-leads are not responded to. So just answer them. Call or email if you miss somebody. Again, 50% of leads are missed. When somebody does come in your door, make it a wow moment. Just simply stand up, acknowledge them, smile at them, reassure them that they're in the right place at the right time. They know where they're going. It's part of just making it simpler and making it a wow. Give them your undivided attention. And I would say that includes listen, listen, listen. Listen 80% is the rule and talk 20%. You've heard that? Do you want to take that to a 2.0, from a 1.0 to a 2.0? Then have treats for them and have a simple giveaway for them. As simple as, remember the old days of the thanks for popping by and you have a little popcorn for them, or taking a moment and having the whole team come in and introduce them to the team. Think how reassuring that would be. Or have a welcome board at your front door that just has their name on. I know these aren't new and creative ideas. We see them every day, but our prospect, for them, it's that wow, it's that reassurance, it's that simple moment that makes a difference. So ask for a small budget and go wild. Well, rather, go wow with your prospects and do what Ronald did. His was just a great big wow. Ronald, thank you so much for sharing your wow. And thank you all for listening to PX Multifamily, the first multifamily industry people experience podcast. And thank you, AppWork, for sponsoring us and for sponsoring Multifamily Media Network.com.
Thank you for listening today. Did we accomplish the mission? Did we improve what people experience in the multifamily space? What are your thoughts on this important topic? Share your thoughts in the comments or email Mary at aptdynamics.com. And please like, comment, and subscribe. Want to hear other industry speakers whose goal is to bring along the next generation of leaders? Log on to multifamilymedianetwork.com, where you'll hear from some of the most innovative voices in the industry. Thank you again for joining Mary Gwyn on PX Multifamily, the People Experience podcast.